ICE was just told they can do whatever they want. And you know what? Guess what? They have full immunity. If that is not the equivalent of license to kill, I don't know what the hell it is. And whether or not that is legally, sound or true, telling armed federal agents that message is incredibly dangerous, okay? And you guys need to hear this. So here's what happened, right? We all saw the video of Renee Good, right? But did you also see this video?
The precedent here is very simple. You have a federal law enforcement official engaging in federal law enforcement action. That's a federal issue. That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job.
JD Vance publicly defended ICE agents by claiming they have absolute immunity. That statement was made while, siding with a federal agent in a deadly case before any full investigation was completed. Actually, I don't even technically think the investigation started at that point, okay? And despite the video evidence that, contradicts the government's version of events, this was not a throwaway comment. I mean, guys, this was not even corrected still, and it was not walked back in any way. So now, to be clear and extremely factual, there is no legal doctrine that gives ICE agents absolute immunity. Zip, zero. I mean, nothing. And in fact, the DOJ's website actually says something completely different about federal agents. Check this out. Firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles. Specifically, firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle unless, 1, a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle. Okay, that was important. Or the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death or serious physical injury to the officer or others. Now, that vehicle was quite obviously not moving in a way that would have caused serious harm to that officer. He probably got a bruise. Big deal. I mean, but it was not a big enough deal to override any of this or to, warrant the use of killing an individual. So here's the other problem, and it's also another big one, okay? What matters is not just the law on paper. What matters is what agents are told from the very top, right? The Vice President of the United States said that. Even if absolute immunity is not legally real, saying it out loud from the highest levels of government changes behavior, all right? 100%. Because when, armed federal agents hear you are protected no matter what, you will be defended even if the evidence disagrees. Investigations don't matter. I mean, they internalize that message. And then when law enforcement believes it cannot be punished, 3 things will happen every single time, okay? Risk taking increases. Use of, force escalates. Rights basically become an obstacle, not limitations. Okay, this is not theoretical in any way, guys. Okay, we are already seeing it. All right, ICE agents have repeatedly been documented just this last year. I mean, entering private property without warrants, detaining people without clear legal justification, arresting individuals for legally filming raids. And then just this weekend, there's a video that showed a man standing in his doorway of his own home, filming an ICE operation from his own property. ICE agents walked onto his property and arrested him for filming. Check out this video.
Now they're sitting here raiding the motherfucking house. Hey, you ain't supposed to smack him like that. The fuck is wrong with you? Hell no, man. I'm on my property. I ain't gotta listen to you. You ain't got a search warrant. You can't come over here, man. Hey, look, I got you all on camera right now. I'm on my private property. Hold on, man.
What that man was doing was 100% legal and his first, amendment right under the Constitution. That is protected speech, okay? And it happened anyway. This is the pattern that we are seeing, guys. The rhetoric comes first. The escalation follows. And at first, these actions mostly targeted undocumented immigrants, right? Then they spread to protesters, which I've seen, journalists like myself, media types. Now they are reaching homeowners, bystanders, people who just happen to, be nearby. And that is how unchecked enforcement always grows. All right. And once an agency believes it has political protection, and by the way, legal immunity, acceptable targets will expand and continue expanding, guys. I mean, look, at that point, the question is no longer, are you undocumented? It becomes, are you in the way? Do I like you? With that said, I mean, who's really at risk here? Again, immigrants, journalists, protesters, homeowners, bystanders. You are at risk. I'm extremely at risk. I don't even travel with my normal phone. I bring like a burner iPhone that has literally nothing on it. That's how scary things have become. The line is crossed here, okay? And it is clear. We move from law-bound enforcement to enforcement that believes it will not be held accountable. A law enforcement agency that believes it is untouchable becomes more dangerous over time, not safer. And when leaders like J.D. Vance publicly send that message, even if the law does not support it, the damage is already done. Because look, rhetoric like this does not just describe power. It creates it in our communities. Thank you for watching. I am Jared Zisser, and this is Ring of Fire. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications to make sure you are informed about everything important in progressive politics today. And if you are looking for fact-based independent reporting all day, every day, follow me here on Instagram or here on Facebook. See you in the next video.